Open, done. Done, guys. The file looks like this. अभी तक नहीं हुआ क्या फाइल ओपन, या फिर मुझे ही दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है? If you guys are opening this, let me know if file is opened. The chocolate weight wala file. Open, na? Okay. Chalo, let's start. Let's observe. If you don't have the Minitab right now with you, just observe what we are doing. Okay, first we will do stat basic statistic graphical summary. हम लोगों ने ये लास्ट टाइम भी किया था. Stat basic statistics graphical summary. Stat basic statistics graphical summary. Click on that. In the variable, just double click on chocolate weight and just say okay. And you will find this. Okay, now just focus on. So this is our histogram. Okay, let me just draw this. This is our histogram. We all know that. And this is what is our box plot. Yeah, everybody got this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Stat, I repeat again, it is stat basic statistics graphical summary. Stat basic statistics graphical summary. Click on that. Just select chocolate weight in the variable. Click OK. That's it. You will get this. Just type done in the chat box if you have done this. Done? If you are behind, let me know. Here, the most important thing is that why I have drawn this before I go only alone box plot, because box plot is nothing but the depiction of the same data histogram here in a different format. If you observe very closely, the same data is there in the box plot. The same data is used. So it's a same data visualized into different formats. So histogram, the objective is different. The box plot is objective is different. I will explain you. But you need to remember the histogram and the box plot is the same data visualization into different formats. Clear, everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. And now here, if you see, this is the lowest value. This is the lowest value of the data set. This is the quartile 1, the first quartile. This is the quartile 2 or median. This is the quartile 3. And this is the highest value of the data set. Are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. So I've just broken down this entire box plot into this. Yeah. Devdaji, the process is go to stat, go to graph. I'll just show you. Stat, basic statistics graphical summary. ये हम लोगों ने लिया था. Stat basic statistics graphical summary. Okay. And once you click on that, just have to select chocolate weight, double click on chocolate weight in the variable and just say okay. Stat basic statistics graphical summary. Clear? So this is the same data which can be shown in this format as well. Are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. I've got just a couple of confirmations in the chat box. समझ में आ रहा है? ये क्लियर है यहां तक? Everybody with me? Super. Any doubt? डाउट ना होने के दो कारण होते हैं. One is you are understanding everything, and second, you are not understanding anything. So what is the option? Option number 1 or option number 2? Option number 1, right? You're understanding everything? Okay, now I'm going deeper into the application part of it. Clear है? आप इसको separately भी बना सकते हो. If I go back to the data, let me just remove this. If I go back to the data, let's say I want to make a separate box plot. Okay. So I'll go and I will create a box plot of this. Okay, let me just do something else. Okay. So okay. Wow, can you see here? Okay, let me just go one by one. Okay, let me just go one by one. I'll go one by one. Let's go back to the data. Go to graph. In the graph, there is an option called box plot. Exactly in the center, you will find this. Go to graph option. Now, how to go back from this? Let's say when you have this data, when you have this, this graph in front of you, how will you go back to the data set? Okay, the short key is Control Alt D. Control Alt D. If you press Control Alt D, you will go back to the data. Okay, or else you can just click here. You can see my cursor. Click on this show worksheet folder and you will come back over here. Okay. Now, just go to the graph option. Go to the box plot option. Go to graph. Go to box plot option. And click on that. Graph box plot. Click on box plot. You will find these options. Okay, let's start with the simple one. Let's start with the simple one. Just select by default, simple is selected. Just click OK. And in the graph variable, just select chocolate weight. हाँ, Control Alt D. यहाँ पे देखिए ये this one. If you put a cursor na here, yeah, it will show you. Okay, show the worksheet folder, Control plus Alt plus D. So D meaning data folder. So if you press Control, keep it pressing Alt, and then you press D, you will come to the data folder. Okay. So coming back to graph box plot, simple will be by default. Just click OK. In the graph variable, select chocolate weight and say OK. Everybody got this? Just type yes in the chat box. Just give me yes in the chat box. Yeah, I'll go back, go to graph, go to box plot. Graph में ना exactly center में you will find box plot. Okay, यहाँ पे देखो scatter plots, matrix plot, bubble plot, marginal plot, histogram, dot plot, stem and leaf, probability, empirical CDF, probability distribution plot, and there you get the box plot exactly in the center. Okay, click on that, and simple by default it will be selected. Just click OK. And chocolate weight को यहाँ पे select करो. Double click on chocolate weight, will get selected. Click on OK. You will find this. Got it, everybody? Now, in this case, this is a vertical version of this. This is the vertical version. What is vertical version? This is the lowest value. This is the quartile 1. This is quartile 2. This is quartile 3. And this is called highest value. Okay. Now this part, now understand this. 25% of the data will fall in this place. 25% will be here. 25% will be here. And 25% will be here. Are you understanding this? Because this quartile 2 is nothing but what? Median. Quartile 2 is also called as median. Okay. So 50% of the data will fall into this. And this is called as IQR. Make a note of this. IQR. IQR is also called as interquartile range. And let's write it down. Interquartile range. Interquartile range or IQR, which is nothing but Q3 minus Q1. Q3 का वैल्यू माइनस Q1 का वैल्यू इज कॉल्ड IQR, इंटरक्वार्टाइल रेंज, विच इज सेंटर पार्ट, जिसमें सबसे ज्यादा डेटा होता है. 50% ऑफ योर डेटा फॉल्स इन IQR, इंटरक्वार्टाइल रेंज. आर यू क्लियर? नाउ दिस इज कॉल्ड एज बॉक्स प्लॉट और बॉक्स एंड विस्कर प्लॉट. Box and whisker plot. Why whisker? Because you can see these are called as whiskers. Write this down. Whiskers. Whiskers meaning the mustaches of the cat. You know, the cat ke mustaches hote, you know, the lion's mustache or the tiger's mustache. They are called whiskers. Okay, so this is called as box and whisker plot. So there is a formula of the whisker length, highest whisker length, just for your information. Highest whisker length is equal to 1.5 times IQR. मतलब क्या है? Let's say IQR, interquartile range, let's say अगर 10 होगा, if interquartile range is 10, then highest length of the whisker will be 15. So whisker will stop. So this is the highest length. So this is whisker will start from here, and this is one whisker and this is second whisker. Okay, so there are two whiskers here. एक है on the top side, one is on the bottom side. Okay, so the highest length of the whisker is defined by 1.5 times IQR. I'm coming to that. Let's first understand the fundamentals, then I will come to the application part of it. ठीक है, एप्लीकेशन भी बहुत अच्छा है इसका. First come to the fundamentals, clear करते हैं पहले. So this is the same data set arranged in the ascending order. Lowest, quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, highest. Then IQR is the center part, which is quartile 3 minus quartile 1, which is interquartile range. And there are whiskers. The highest length of the whisker is defined by the formula 1.5 times of IQR. Are you clear till now? Just type yes in the chat box. यहां तक clear है everybody? Very good, very good. Super. Now, how many of you are doing trading in the stock market? Just type me in the chat box. ट्रेडिंग के मामले में आपको मालूम है या फिर आप करते हो ट्रेडिंग? जस्ट टाइप मी इन द चैट बॉक्स. डोंट वरी, यू डोंट हैव टू डिस्क्लोज योर पोर्टफोलियो हियर. But at least if you are aware of some of the basic fundamentals. Why I'm asking you? Because in the trading, there is similar kind of diagram that is called candlestick diagram. Have you heard about a candlestick diagram? Just type yes in the chat box. Have you heard about candlestick diagram? Anybody in the room? Candlestick कभी सुना है? हाँ, looks exactly like same, but it is not same. Okay, I have red and green, exactly. So you know, if you come across any intraday trader, no, that intraday trader के office में you will find certain charts being populated by the software, and the charts will be like this. Okay, like this, then like this. Are you understanding? These are called candlestick diagrams. What is this candlestick? Just try to understand it. So in the candlestick, it generally looks like the box plot, but there are certain fundamental differences. Okay, like for example, let's say this is today is 8th of, let's say, March, and this is the stock. Okay, So this is the lowest value traded on that day. Okay, lowest value traded on that day. This is the highest value traded. I will say highest price traded on that day of that stock. All right. Let's say this stock has gone up. So this would be the starting price SP, and this will be the closing price on which, let's say that stock has gone up during the day. So this will be in green, I believe, right? So green meaning the stock, the price has gone up during that day. So this will be in green color. Okay, let me just use green color if I have. Okay, I have the green color. So this will be in green. Okay. Now, let's say if the next day, if the stock has come down, let's say this, let me just take this example. Let's say the stock value has come down and it will become red. Okay. So in that case, what will happen here? Again, this will be the highest value HP. This will be the lowest value LP, which is the lowest price. Here, when it goes red, this will be the opening value, which will be the higher opening value. And this will be the closing value, closing price. OP is the opening price, CP is the closing price. And this is what is the candlestick diagram. Are you understanding? So red meaning on that day, the stock has gone down. The green meaning the stock has gone up during the day. Are you clear with this? Now the height of the candle, now understand this, the height of the candle meaning there was lot of variation in the stock. बहुत stock में variation हुआ है, ups and down. The height is shorter, छोटे मियाँ है अगर height, that means stock में बहुत ज़्यादा variation नहीं हुआ है. Are you clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. And this is called candlestick diagram. This looks like box plot, but it is not box plot. Just give me yes in the chat box if you are clear with this. Clear, everybody? Just type yes. I have separately made a session on box plot versus candlestick, and it is available in masterclass archive. Okay. आप अभी जब masterclass archive में जाओगे, you can just search for that box plot and candlestick diagram. Okay. So I have just done the comparison between these two. Okay. Clear? Very good. चलो. So ये यहाँ तक clear है everybody? Green meaning going up, red meaning. So मैंने आपको fundamental सिखा दिया है. All right. चलो. So let's go to now इसका application क्या है? हाँ, by the way, you have seen, earlier in the earlier graph, you have seen that horizontal, right? If you see here, the same box plot, it was horizontal. Are you clear? But now you have a vertical box plot. Now you can actually make the the horizontal box plot as well. How you can do that? When you are doing this, go to scale and transpose the value. अगर आप ये करोगे ना तो वो box plot horizontal हो जाएगा. I'll show you. Yes, let's do this once just for our understanding. Go back to the data. Go back to graph, box plot. Okay. Select simple. Click on OK. Chocolate weight you have selected. Just go to scale. The first option here, first button, scale. And there you will find a checkbox which is transpose value to category scale. Transpose, if you remember, vertical से horizontal करना है, तो we use a transpose option in Excel as well. So this is the same option given here. Just click on transpose, say OK, and say OK. Now you will get the same box plot horizontally. Clear? So earlier it was vertical, now it is horizontal, so that you can compare. Now, if there is a symmetry maintained, that means the data is normally distributed like this. Are you understanding? So you can see here the symmetry is maintained and the data is normally distributed. Are you clear? Just type yes in the chat. So transpose option, are you clear? So vertical box plot also you can make horizontal. Just give me yes in the chat. एक बार करके देखो तो आपको समझ में आएगा. ठीक है? Clear है? Now coming back to the data once again. Now, there is a second column called sample. Okay. Here we have taken 12 different samples. Just try to understand this. In the first sample, we have got 10 chocolates. In the second sample, we have got 10 chocolates. Third sample, we have got 10 chocolates. Similarly, we have got 12 different samples. So total we have got 120 chocolates. Now I want to compare these 12 samples with each other. Understand this, huh? Now what the box plot, earlier box plot we have made for this column number 1, the entire box plot, correct? Now I want to check within the samples, what is the variation? Are you understanding? And this is where the application will come into picture. How we will find the application of this? Now, understand this. Just go to graph, go to box plot again. Okay. Now here, what we will do is, we will do it with multiple groups. Okay. यहाँ पे देखो ये with groups. इसको select करो. Okay. Select with groups and say okay. Instead of simple, just select with groups and say okay. Okay. Now here in the chocolate weight, in the graph variable, select chocolate weight, and the categorical variable, just select sample over here. Are you clear? Chocolate weight and a sample, and say okay. Don't do anything else. Are you with me? I repeat again. Go to graph, go to box plot, select with groups, say okay. The fourth option, select okay. Graph variable में chocolate weight and categorical variable में sample select करो and say okay. Wow, now you have got 12 samples compared with each other. Have you got this? Just type yes in the chat box. Now here is the magic. Now here with this box plot, you can compare multiple vendors, multiple machines, multiple shift performances, multiple people performances. If I want to check India versus New Zealand game ke pehle, I want to select my best team. So I will take all the batsmen available. I will plot their last 30 matches performance on the box plot like this. Okay, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, KL Rahul, and Shreyas Iyer, all these batsmen, Hardik Pandya. And I will check whose variation is very high, whose average is very good. Are you understanding this? Clear? Now, in some cases, you are finding out some outliers. Can you see here? These asterisks are, or these stars are called as outliers. Because as we see, the the highest length of the whisker basically is 1.5 times of your the interquartile range. Any value which is going beyond that, okay, now outlier can be below this, okay, outlier can be below, or outlier can be above this as well. Okay, so any value which is going beyond 1.5 times of IQR, there you will find out these kinds of outliers. So we need to investigate these outliers. Is it any recording error, or why this is such a huge difference? That needs to be calculated. Okay, now here let's go deeper. Now you can see this the team, what you can say, the group number 6. I'm just observing this value. Okay, group number 6 value. Okay, see the variation, the highest value and the lowest value, and see the variation. The highest variation. Where is the lowest variation? You will find maybe this one, barring this value. Okay, this 9th what you can say group has got low variation, and the median is also on the lower side. Can you see here? Okay, so sample number 6, even sample number 8 also has got a lot of variation. Sample number 11 has got a lot of lower values. Okay, a lot of values which are on the lower side. Okay, so you can compare all these various entities on one platform with the help of box plot. Are you clear with this? So to plot this multiple graph, I will just give you the command once again. So go to graph, go to box plot, and go to with groups. Now we have got 12 groups, right? 12 samples, 12 sample groups. So we have selected with groups and say okay. So so go to graph, box plot, with groups को select करना है. Chocolate variable में chocolate weight grams, in categorical variable में sample. So sample, because sample 1, 2, 3, 4 are the categories. Okay, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, and graph variable is a continuous data which is in the grams. So we selected chocolate weight and the sample over here and say click on OK and you will find this value. Everybody got this? Just type yes in the chat box. सबको मिला ये graph? Just give me yes. Yeah, what is the most ideal data set? Now the most ideal data set is, let me show you. Let me go back to my whiteboard. Okay. And show you certain patterns. इसमें कौन कौन से patterns बन सकते हैं? Ideally speaking, let's say if I want to compare. Let me just draw this quickly. Yes. So this is the graph. Okay. Now various patterns can be formed. Now let's say, now what is your requirement? That will also be very, very important. Let's say this is one of the graph. Okay. This is another graph. Okay, sorry, this one. Okay. So this is graph number 1. This is graph number 2. Very simple. More the height, more will be the variation. Clear? So now this is the central tendency. This is the central. So central tendency, both are showing equivalent. But as far as the dispersion is concerned, the variation is concerned, second graph is having more variation than the first graph. Now, if the standard deviation or the variation is very important criteria for you, you will go for the first wala group, okay, or the first vendor or the first batsman. Okay, this is, let's say, KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant. If I have to draw the box plot of the KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant, then I will collect the data of last 30 matches and last 30 matches. So let's say average is 40 runs per innings, but KL Rahul, the variation is very low, while Rishabh Pant's variation is very high. So I will go with more consistent batsman who is KL Rahul. Are you clear with this? So according to the requirement, you need to take the call. Clear hai? Now, another pattern which can look like this. Okay. If the median is like this here, what does it indicate? Median is not in the center. What does it indicate? Type in the chat box. If median is at the bottom or at the top, what does it indicate? Type in the chat box. इसका क्या मतलब है? What does it indicate? So if I draw the horizontal low score, okay, very good. Okay, if I draw the horizontal box plot, it will look like this. This is the median line, and these are the whiskers. So if I draw the histogram, it will look like this, which is a skewed distribution. Exactly. This is called a skewed distribution. Are you clear? That means most of the data is falling on this side, which is on the lower side, and very less amount of data is falling on this higher side. Are you clear? So this person, let's say if he's a cricket batsman, he has scored most of the data between 30s and 40s and very less amount of data above 50. So the data set is very, very low on the above side. On the higher side, on the lower side, sorry, huge data set is there. Clear? Just type yes. So this is called a skewed distribution. So whenever the median line is shifted, that shows the data set is skewed and not the normal distribution. Are you clear? Whenever it is a normal distribution, the median line will be in the center of your box plot. So in this, you can compare multiple sets like this. Okay. I'll give you another example. Let's take another file here. एक file ले लेते हैं इसमें. We'll take another file. I'll just share with you another file right now. Yeah, everybody just download this file, example box plot. इसको एक बार open करो, इसका भी एक example ले लेते हैं just for our understanding. Yeah, the same file. I'm just sharing the same file again so that if you are not getting in the first time, you can just check out in the second time. Okay. तो इसको ओपन करो एक बार, ये फाइल को. Not this one. हाँ जी. So I think this one is that file. Okay. Yeah, everybody open this file. Just type yes in the chat box. Clear? Once you have opened, let me know in the chat box. So here, there are basically two door types. Okay. One, so there is a room. Okay, there is a room. And एक रूम में डोर है मेटल का. There is a room they have constructed, and the door of the room is made up of a metal. And there is another room where the temperature, the same size rooms, the same volume room, but the door is made up of wood. Okay, or without metal. Non-metal. It may be a FRP, fiberglass reinforced plastic, which is FRP, or maybe a plastic or a wood, which is a non-metal. So they want to compare what is the temperature difference between these rooms because of this, and what is the what you can say impact on this door on the room temperature. Okay, they want to check that. Clear? Everybody got the background of this? So they have collected the data of with metal temperature, 15 data point they have collected, and without metal they have collected this 50 data points. Okay, so let's go to graph again, go to box plot. Now here we will select this one with groups. Now see, you can compare this. If you click on sample, it says that box plot data in single column. Okay, if you go to with groups, it says that box plot of the data in single column with 1 to 4 categorical variables. Now here we have got 2 categorical variables, right, which is with metal and without metal, right? So we'll select this group. Okay, and say okay. Now in this graph variable, select temperature, and in the categorical variable, select door type. Everybody follow this. ग्राफ में टेम्परेचर आप सिलेक्ट करो, एंड कैटेगरिकल वेरिएबल में डोर टाइप सिलेक्ट करो. ऑलराइट, and say okay. Yes, everybody got this diagram? Just type yes in the chat box. I repeat the steps. Go to graph, box plot, वो तो सेम ही है. ग्राफ में जाके बॉक्स प्लॉट में. Now we are selecting the with groups. Why with groups? Because now we have got 2 groups. Now whenever the data is in one column, understand this, and in that column there are categories given. Okay, for example here there are with metal and without metal, right? So select with groups, say okay. In the graph variable, select temperature, double click on temperature, it will get selected the graph variable. In the categorical variable, select the door type. यहाँ पे आप क्लिक करोगे तो door type आ जाएगा, वहां पे आप door type को select करो and say okay. Okay, got it? Now can you just read this graph? What does this graph tell you? ग्राफ को इंटरप्रेट करिए फटाफट. Interpret this graph, everybody. With metal, the variation is very low, but the average temperature is high. Can you see this? Correct? The average temperature with median is here, which is very high, around 95 degree, whereas without metal, which is a plastic door or a wooden door, it is around 80 degree. Can you see here? But with metal, without metal, the variation is very high. Can you see here? With metal, the variation is very low. Sorry, the variation is very low, but the temperature is on the higher side. Are you understanding? So this is what we can make out. So we can take the decision according to our requirement. All right. So if we can, let's say, if you really want to keep the, what you can say, the temperature cooler, we'll go for without metal. And maybe you can just put some control on, opening and the closing of the door. You know, what your stopper hote na, automatic stoppers, right? You remember the automatic stoppers, which is once you go out, it closes immediately. So that the temperature will not come. The temperature difference will not be felt. So with this kind of system, you can go with the without metal wala door over there instead of with metal, because with metal, the temperature is very high. If you put an air conditioning system inside, it will take a lot of energy to cool off that cool off that room, right? So I will go for without metal with some stoppage arrangement, stopping automatic stoppage arrangement. That is something they call it. I just forgot the name, but there is some stopping arrangement of the door so that lot of temperature variation can be avoided. Are you clear with this? So you can compare, guys. Okay, you can compare if you are in the BPO sector. Okay, you can compare shift-wise, what you can say, average call handling time. Shift 1, shift 2, shift 3. You can compare in the same graph. Okay, production, shift-wise production. You can compare, shift-wise assay or batch-wise assay. You can compare on this kind of box plot. Okay, or where will you use this box plot? Type in the chat box. In your process, where is the application of box plot? Type in the chat box. Now I have given you 2-3 examples. I have given you 2 Minitab examples as well. In your process, type in the chat box where you will find the application of this. Tenure wise performance, very good, fantastic. What else? Yeah, team wise performance as well. If you have 10 people in your team, your team wise performance. Let's say you are machine operators, so machine wise performance or person wise of performance, that also you can basically find out. What else? Department wise attrition rate. Okay, department wise attrition also you can find out in the box plot. Supplier delivery time, fantastic example. So delivery time of the suppliers, you can use these box plots. What else? Material performance, exactly. OT utilization, supervisor wise performance, exactly. Super clear, hai? So whenever you want to compare multiple processes, multiple machines, multiple departments, multiple vendors in one platform, so you can do it 10, 15, 20, 50. There is no limit for this. And you can use box plot in one shot. It will give you what is the variation and where is the average. All right. So this is the magic of box plot. Clear hai everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. Super clear. Just give me yes. Okay, so whenever we learn these concepts, and box plots are there in the green belt, box plots are there in the black belt. So it's all about, utilization of this. Okay. Line in between, it is median or mean. So the line in between the median. Okay. But I think, let me just check out. हम लोग उसको ना मीन को भी ले सकते हैं. Let me just check out. Just give me a moment. I think if you see here, you go to data view, no? Okay, let me share my screen. If you want to showcase both the lines, mean and median, both the lines, you can do that. उसमें एक option आता है. I'm just sharing my screen. Okay, once you go back to the, the window, And there is a data view window. Can you see here data view? Click on data view window. There if you want to define that, okay, interquartile range hai, range box hai, individual symbol hai, median symbol hai, median connected line hai, mean symbol. If you want to connect mean symbol, okay, and say okay, and say okay. Okay, now you have seen the mean dot over here as well. If you see closely, you will find there is a median and there is a mean dot. Okay, this is the mean dot. And this line is the median. And the difference between these two shows there is a, so this is the mean of the data and this is the median of the data. So the mean, see, the mean and median are separated from each other. The distance is higher, shows the data is skewed distributed. Okay. As the data comes very close to the normal distribution, the mean, mode, and median comes in the center. And they are very close to each other. Clear? So you can show the mean like this in the box plot as well. Clear with this? Just type yes in the chat box. Okay. Uske upar, if you want to make the interpretation, so let's copy this graph and go to ChatGPT. Okay. And I'll just paste the graph in ChatGPT. Let me share with you the screen. So what I've done, I've just copied the graph. Let's say I want to put a fantastic interpretation and I will write here, give me interpretation of the graph and this GPT will give the interpretation. Okay. The box plot illustrates the demonstration of temperature reading different door types. Okay. So median temperature with metal door is higher than the without metal. So that's what it is showing. This suggests the metal door trend to reflect more heat. Okay. Compared to the non-metals. Okay. Interquartile range of the with metal is less and without metal is very high. And there is an outlier as well. There is a small outlier. Then conclusion is door with metal tend to have consistently higher temperature with less variation, and door without metal exhibit more variable, potentially allowing cooler temperature in the same cases. Okay. If the goal is to heat retention, understand this. If you want to retain the heat, go for the metal door. If you want the heat dissipation, go for the non-metal door. Okay. Yes. Clear, everybody? Just type yes in the chat box. So I'll come again. So, whenever you go back, I'll just share it once again. So you go to graph, go to box plot. Okay. And we selected with groups, right? Say okay. And you select temperature, door type. You go to data view. Can you see here? Data view option. Okay. In the data view option, I just selected the mean symbol. Mean symbol. Okay. Once you click on mean symbol, check here and say okay. That dot will be shown as a mean. So the line is the median and the dot is mean. Clear? Super clear with this? Fantastic. Okay, so इसमें भी आप ChatGPT का use कर सकते हो as much as possible. I will encourage you so that you will get it. You'll get into the habit of utilizing ChatGPT more. Okay, super. Fantastic. Any question? Let me know. Yeah, somebody asked earlier that when do we use this Six Sigma in our what you can say industry. That was something so Six Sigma about what are the benefits and utilization. Okay, yeah, it was Murugesan. Mr. Murugesan, let's do one thing. Everybody, let's do one thing quickly because Murugesan ji has asked this question. We'll go to ChatGPT. This is very interesting. And we will give a prompt to ChatGPT. Okay. What will be the prompt? Yeah, Murugeshan ji, what is your industry and which function you represent? For example, let's say you are from pharmaceutical and you are into quality assurance. Okay, that is one example. Or you might be in the manufacturing and you can be in the production function. So which industry and which function you are from? Everybody, just type which industry and which function you are from. Let's do this exercise again. Okay, we do this exercise in our yellow belt session as well, but do this exercise right now. ऑलराइट, हम लोग अभी ये एक्सरसाइज करके देखेंगे, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एक्सरसाइज है फॉर योर क्लैरिटी. Why are we learning this and what are the what important benefits we are going to get out of it? Chalo, everybody type your industry and function. Like I suggested, insurance industry and function is let's say credit or maybe risk assessment. It can be your function. Okay, yeah, BPO and quality. Yeah, Murugeshan ji, are you there in the room right now? If you are, just type your industry and function as well. ISO consult for MSME, fantastic, super. BPO and quality, pharma में quality है, fantastic. So what you need to type here is, let's say give, let me just, yeah. So just open ChatGPT or any GPT for that matter. Okay, give 10 probable projects. Right now, give 10 probable projects in. So I'm just taking pharma industry. I'm just giving one example of pharma industry and quality function. Quality function. Okay. Now give 10 Lean Six Sigma probable projects. Okay. Lean Six Sigma probable projects in pharma industry and quality function. Okay. Just click on OK. And you will find 10 probable projects or the challenges. Okay. For example, look at this. Reduction of batch release cycle time. Reduction of deviations and kappa closure time. Minimizing the environmental monitoring, EM failures. Now, these are 10. You can generate another 10 as well. Reduction of lab investigation turnaround time. How important is this, isn't it? Optimization of raw material sampling and testing. Reduction of finishing product testing variability. Minimizing equipment breakdown in the manufacturing process. Yield improvement, tablet capsule manufacturing. Reduction of product complaints. And then RFT, right first time batch manufacturing. Yes, exactly. Amarjit ji, just do it for in construction. What is your function? Construction में आपका role क्या है वो बताइए.
I'm in quality.
You're in quality. Fantastic. Let's do this.
I'm in quality control.
Fantastic. अभी इसके लिए quality के लिए use करेंगे. So give 10 probable Lean Six Sigma project for construction industry and quality control function. Okay, let's type this. So I'm just copy and pasting this. Instead of pharma, I'm just typing construction. Okay, construction industry and quality control function. Let's find out the magic. All right, here we go. Let's see what ChatGPT AI has to tell us. So here we go. Reduction of concrete rework and waste. And you will find out these are main of the concern areas regularly you're finding. Okay, minimizing defective structural welding, optimizing metal inspection and acceptance process. Reduction is non-conformities of finishing works, which is plastering, painting, tiling, etc. Are you mind blown with this? Improvement in dimensional accuracy, minimizing structural cracks in the building, enhancement in RFT, which is right first time in mechanical, electrical, plumbing installation, reduction in concrete strength variability, minimizing the quality. All these are Lean Six Sigma projects. All right. How many of you are mind blown? Just type your industry and type your function and you will find out all these kinds of things. Yes? Superb. Amazing, amazing. So you can find out, and let's find out. Okay. So let's take the same example. I am in construction industry. Everybody do this. I'm in construction industry, working as quality control manager, let's say. Okay. What are benefits of Lean Six Sigma certifications? Certifications in my career. Let's say I'm in construction working construction industry working in as quality for 10 years, let's say. Okay, I'm just giving example. For 10 years, what are benefits of Lean Six Sigma certification in my career? Let's see what benefits we will get in the construction industry with these certifications. Okay, chalo, here we go. Number one, it's career growth and leadership opportunity, improved process efficiency, cost reduction, better quality control and compliance, competitive edge in the job market, integration and construction with construction technologies. Okay. Data driven decision making, open doors for consulting and entrepreneur. You can become a consultant in construction industry. Understand this. That is another business you can start. Increase salary and job security, enhance risk management, construction projects, global recognition, industry networking. Okay, so here is a recommendation: green belt, black belt, master black belts. It is not recommending SNG, by the way, but you know, I can recommend you. You're already in. Clear, everybody? You can do this. मैंने अभी construction के लिए किया, मैंने अभी pharma के लिए किया. आप खुद के industry के लिए, खुद के function के लिए करिए. You will find lot of mind-blowing ideas and opportunities. Okay, if you're stuck in your career, do this exercise. Sit in front of ChatGPT, ask the question that I am doing this Lean Six Sigma course, how I can make the maximum advantage, take the maximum advantage, you know, to my career. Okay, and then work on that. Discuss with the mentors. You know, I just, let's say, for example, if let's say Amarjit ji wants to start his own consulting industry, let's say point number 7 opens door for consulting. Okay, so for consulting, the master black belt certification will be a very handy certification. Okay, so that you can become a trainer and consultant in the industry. So you can go to the companies and you can actually reduce the project timelines. Understand this, the biggest one. You can reduce the project timelines. You can reduce the customer complaint, the compliance, you know, the non-conformities you can reduce. You can give training to their employees and get very handsomely paid. And industry of construction is booming. India is a growing economy. Okay, we are going to become a huge, you know, third largest economy in the world after US and China now. So construction is going to be a very big opportunity, and consulting in the construction is going to be a big. So you can think about this. Similarly, in your own industry, pharma is going to become big. IT, lot of big opportunities. Insurance, banking, huge opportunities are there in these fields as well. Okay, so here with the help of ChatGPT, you just have to discuss how I can utilize my skills with the help of Lean. So my experience, my knowledge, my qualification, along with Lean Six Sigma tools, how I can leverage in my career. Just ask the question and this genie will give you genius answers. All right. Fantastic. Super guys. Clear hai yahan tak? Just give me yes in the chat box. Okay. There is one announcement. Yeah, Sanjeev Rajan ji, we have the, you know, we have a community tab. Okay. And our team is working on application as well. Application is in the beta stage right now. Testing phase में है. आपको Google इसमें भी आपका हमारा SNG का application मिलेगा, where you can access the courses as well from that application. And there we are building a bigger community as well. Okay, यहाँ पे भी है community का tab. वहाँ पे you can connect. You can just take a put the and whenever we get the opportunity, whenever we get the requirement from our client that we require green belt, black belt certified people, so we put that in our community as well. Okay, so whenever we come across and it is open, if you have any opportunity in your company as well, you can let us know. We will also share to all the groups and all the community members, or you can directly put it in the community section as well. Whoever is interested, they can connect with you, and or if you have the or if you are asking for a job, that also you can put that I have got this much of experience. You can put your CV over there, so similar kind of people can connect with you and help you out as well. Okay, सुपर. सो हमारा जब ऐप तैयार होगा ना, तो थोड़ा सा ज्यादा अच्छे से काम होगा. अभी भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन थोड़ा स्लो है इसमें. Yeah, any question? So I'm open for question and answer. You can just raise your hand. There is a raise hand button. You can just raise your hand. By the way, everybody's aware of the referral bonus scheme. So if you want to refer somebody, please give the name in advance. That is the most important part. A lot of people miss out on that. Okay, just give the name in advance on this WhatsApp number. Okay, or you can just put a email as well, admin@sparangavin.com. .com. Okay, so these are email ID and WhatsApp number. Just send a message. Okay, this I am going to send these people for tomorrow's session. Okay, and then you can ask people. See, you can take the direct admission. You can ask them to take the direct admission, or you can ask them to attend the yellow belt session and let them take the decision. All right, both options are okay. And if you remember, if you close 4 in this month, okay, if you refer 4 people, you get 16,000 referral bonus. And along with that, you get a master black belt upgrade as well. It's a huge announcement we did last week. So if you want to know more about it, if you are not there, available at that time, please get connected on the WhatsApp number and we will give you all the information. Okay. Super clear. Chalo. So any question you have, let me know. Otherwise, we'll close the session and we'll meet again on Monday evening, 8 p.m. with a new topic, with the new members and with the new enthusiasm. All right. Yes, till the time, keep learning, keep growing. This is Dinesh Patil. Any question? No, no? कोई question बाकी नहीं है ना? Okay, fantastic. This is Dinesh Patil.